I just woke up maybe 10-15 minutes ago, so not really like ready to go out and do anything, which I don't know if I'm going to or not. It rained last night finally, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the day brings on that. But as it is Sunday, May 5th, that means it is a start of a new week. And so week 2 for me for the Escape the Readathon, in my brain anyway. That's kind of how I'm working it out. And last night I started The Haunting of Velkwood by Gwendolyn Christie. I'm not sure if that's how you say the name. It seems like it's going to be a fairly short read. On my phone it's saying I'm 14% through it already. So seems like it'll be a fairly quick read if I got through that to 14% within like 30-45 minutes of what I did read last night. So what is this about? This is about 3 childhood friends who miraculously survive the night everyone in their suburban hometown turned into ghosts. The Velkwood vicinity was the topic of occult theorists, tabloid one-hour documentaries, and even some pseudo-scientific investigations, as the block of homes disappeared behind a near impenetrable veil that only 3 survivors could enter, and only one has in the past 20 years until now. Talitha Velkwood has avoided anything to do with the tragedy that took her mother and 8-year-old sister, drifting from one job to another, never settling anywhere or with anyone, feeling as trapped by her past as if she was still there in the small town she so desperately wanted to escape from. When a new researcher tracks her down and offers to pay her to come back to enter the vicinity, Talitha claims she's just doing it for the money. Of all the crackpot theories over the years, no one has discovered what happened that night Talitha, her estranged former best friend Brett, and Grace escaped their homes 20 years ago. Will she finally get the answer she's been looking for all these years, or is this just another dead end? So that's kind of what that is about. So that is that's what I'm reading today. And considering how short it is, I think it's like, Goodreads says it's only 320 pages. I'm pretty sure I can finish that today. So I will probably update you again later, and then we will go with the next book on my list, which my friend picked out last night after I'd already started this one, because I didn't know which one to start, so I'm like, no, poop. Because they didn't respond, and so they responded after I did the poop. So I will be reading their pick next, and I'll let you know what that is after I've completed this one. So I will see you in a little bit, and that's my Misha. Misha. Morning, Misha. Alright, I will see y'all later today. Yeah. Later, Moose. Later. Alright. Okay, so time for an update. I started reading, I want to say sometime around noon today. And I finished The Haunting of Velkwood by Gwendolyn Christie. I have a lot of questions because to me there's a lot of things in that book, especially like the circumstances surrounding the little neighborhood and what happens at the end, and I have a lot of questions, and they were not answered in the book, and as it is a standalone, as far as I'm aware, there will be no answers in another book. So yeah, I have a lot of questions, but it was still interesting and it did keep me engaged, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a 3 stars, more lower range of the 3. And we are going to move on to my next book, which my friend, after I picked that book last night, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo style, texted me and gave me my next book, which is Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes, which I am excited to get to. So, an abandoned planet, a hidden past, a deadly danger. I think I've already kind of gone through this like in my tentative TBR, so I'm not gonna read the synopsis or anything again, but I am going to start this, and then after I finish this, which I don't think I'm gonna finish this today, I'll be very surprised if I do finish this today. I'll probably finish it sometime tomorrow, if all goes well. But my other friend also gave me my next book after this, which I will reveal after I'm done with this. So that was the update. I will continue to kind of try to update you as I continue reading, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, quick update before I get into bed and read on my Kindle for a little while. I've made it 14% into Ghost Station, and I'm not gonna lie, I find the main female character at the moment a little annoying. Kind of in like a I know it's best for you type situation, and even though she's where she's at for selfish reasons, so that, you know, she doesn't get fired and doesn't have any potential work afterwards because of something that happened, and this is like her last option in a way so that that doesn't happen. She's still kind of treating it like she's still like above it or something, or I don't know, she's giving off this vibe in her inner thoughts that is just mildly annoying in that manner. I don't know if I'm saying this in the right way or not. Probably not, but yeah, just find her slightly annoying at the moment at 14% in. Hopefully that will change as the book goes on. Nothing has happened that's been really like horror genre. It's mostly just been, you know, sci-fi. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. So tomorrow is of course Monday. So I have work Mondays, Monday through Fridays. So I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to be able to get done while I'm at work. Probably won't be able to read unless I'm on my lunch break or after work. for the most part. So I probably won't finish Ghost Station until probably late tomorrow, maybe, if I stay like on top of it and dedicated to reading it and I don't put it down and get distracted by something shiny and novel. So we'll see how that goes, and I will keep you updated, of course, as the week goes on. So until then. Hi! So it is Monday, March 6th. So second week of the Escape the Readathon that I'm participating in, and I started Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes last night. Don't get excited. I didn't finish it yet. I am 76% into it. I'm not as annoyed with the main female character like I was initially. I feel like that whole aspect of things has gotten better, or it's just not rearing its ugly head because other things are going on. And I definitely, you know, it's definitely sci-fi. I see the sci-fi. Very sci-fi prominent, but unless you're like looking at the description of some gore, I'm not really seeing the horror. There's some flashbacks that if it was something that was like happening in the now, that I might be like, oh yeah, no, that's a thing. But because it's flashbacks, it doesn't hit as hard to me, and so it's just not feeling very horror to me. It just feels very sci-fi. But that's just me. I still have another 24% to go. Hopefully I will finish it before 7. It's 4 o'clock right now. I mean, it seems doable. But my ADHD is rampant and I might get distracted by something shiny. We'll see. So I will keep you updated. Probably get back on here either later tonight when I'm done with the book to switch to the next book, or yeah, whatever. Yeah. Alright. So I managed to finish Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes by 6:15. So a little earlier than calculated, which I'm totally okay about. So I kind of saw a little bit of the horror towards the end of the book, like more prominently. Kind of more of sci-fi suspense, I think, in the beginning, and then it kind of goes to the sci-fi horror a little bit, but I enjoyed it. Wasn't really what I was expecting it to be, like, and there was a whole, you know, the whole annoyance in the beginning, and then I don't know. I think I'm sitting on a 3.5 star rating for this guy. He's better than a 3, but I don't feel like he's a 4. So thank you, Dean. Thank you very much for shaking the camera. Thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Anyway, I'm sitting on a 3.5 for this right now. That might change, might not. We'll see. But that is book number 4 down. And now for the book that my friend picked out after my other friend picked that one out. And that is going to be a change of pace. Well, I mean, I guess Ghost Station was kind of a change of pace from the fantasy romantasy that I was in. It was still kind of in the it was like sci-fi though, so it was still not real world based. But anyway, next book is going to be Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Don't really know much about it. I see a figure skater and I see a hockey player, and you know, I've been about hockey romances late last month, and I've always been a fan of figure skating, so I'm kind of really looking forward to this, to finally getting to it, because I'm pretty sure it's been on my shelf now since it came out, which was, let's see, in 2022. So it's been on my shelf for about 2 years. And I haven't read it yet. We're about to fix that. So I'm going to start this, and of course I will keep you updated on my progress. So just a quick little update before I go to bed. I don't know if you can hear the thunder going on outside, but apparently it's storming, or it's about to storm. But I did, you know, get kind of distracted by something shiny. I was watching Taylor Swift's concert or Eras tour thing again. Good background noise. I like the music, so did that, and I got like 10% into Icebreaker. I don't really know what I'm thinking, what my thoughts are yet. Not much is really going on at the moment. I don't really feel like there's a lot of tension between the characters that I guess are going to be getting together or whatever, so maybe that'll come in a minute. I don't know, but I'm gonna go to bed and read on my Kindle for a little while, and then just actually go to sleep. And then continue tomorrow on my lunch break, more than likely. It seems every day is a really busy day. I went at work. So I will keep you updated, and I will see you tomorrow. So it's about 6:30 in the morning on May 7th. And I just wanted to do a really quick update. I got to 31%-ish into this last night on my Kindle. And what's the plot? Is there a plot? I don't understand. So I thought this was gonna be like a rom-com type situation or something like that. I don't know, but I'm not seeing that at the moment. It's more plot. What plot? Smut? Sure. Smut. 31% smut. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll continue to read it at the moment. It's not like a mind smut. I just was really thinking that there was going to be something else with this book. Something different. Plot, for one. But it is what it is. But I need to finish getting ready for work, so I will check back in when I get off work. So I'll see you in a bit. So quick update. I woke up with a headache this morning and I took some ibuprofen and I went to work hoping that it would go away. It did not. It got worse. So I had to leave work early today, come back home, take more meds, lay down, fell asleep, and I didn't wake up until like almost 6. And for the most part, I felt better. Everything still felt very sandpapery. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but everything just felt really sandpapery to me earlier today, and it still kind of does. So that being said, I did not get very much reading done today, if at like any at all. I think I might be at 35% and I was at like 31%, so I didn't get very far in Icebreaker. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. We'll see. Like always, I will keep you updated, so I will see you potentially tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Good morning. It is May 8th. It's like 6:30 in the morning again. And I couldn't really sleep last night, so they tell you to do that thing that if you are just laying in bed for like 20 minutes, get up and do something or whatnot. Well, I chose to just try to read. And then I would try to go to bed, sleep, and I would read. And anyway, point being is that I finished Icebreaker last night. And I'm sitting at a 2.5 for this, unfortunately. It was not what I was expecting, and it felt like the whole format of the book was wrong. It was like the middle should have been more the beginning, and then the beginning should have been after the middle, and yeah, so 2.5 for this guy. So that means that I have these books still left to choose from on what is my tentative TBR to read. I'm not sure which book I'm going to be starting, because I'm also thinking about going off script a little bit, because there is a book that I have out on loan from my library, the ebook version of it, that I only have 3 days left on it, and I kind of want to read it before the library takes it away from me and then I have to wait who knows how many weeks to get it back, because there are other people waiting on the book with me having it now. So it could be a month and a half, 2 months before I get the chance for this book to come back to me to read it digitally. And that is A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. And I've heard a lot of things, mostly good, about this book, and so I kind of want to go off script a little bit and read this, but I have not decided yet. You'll probably find out when I get home from work what I decided to do with my life. So that being said, I need to finish getting ready for work, take care of the pups, and actually go to work So I will talk to you later. All right, so just got back from work. It's pretty cool seeing the tower that they're building right now, or putting together right now, so that they can use it, and the crane, I guess, in some way to build the new lab that they're building, which is awesome. So I learned my lesson the last couple of times, and I texted my friends this morning, and I asked them to pick my next read, because I'm horrible at picking something to read. So it's just easier for them to do it for me. And then I say, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna read that. I'm on it. So once it's picked, I'm good. I just need somebody to pick it. But anyway, so as I mentioned this morning, I might be possibly going off script, because a book that I have in my Libby library that I took out is going to expire in 3 days. And that book was A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. And I didn't mention in my text anything about this outside of the title. I didn't even have a picture of it to send them. As usual, I just take a picture of my tentative TBR, and then I edit it, and I highlight the books that I have digitally, and I'm like, pick one. Pick one of the ones in green. And I literally just typed this title out on that screenshot and circled it along with 2 others, because I don't have internet on my Kindle, or not my Kindle, my iPad, in order to get the actual cover image to put on my tentative TBR, so I could have sent it that way. So I couldn't do that. So I just wrote it in text, and it was sideways on top of that. But without knowing that I only had a 3-day hold on this, this is the one that they picked, or the one that one of them picked. She was the fastest. And then after this one, I have another one that my other friend picked out from that selection as well, which will be the book after this one. But this was the book that was chosen, and I am loving this book so far. I am 47% into this, and it's like, I don't know if anything can happen in the next 50% that would drop this from a 5-star right now. Right now it's sitting at a 5-star for me. And after reading Icebreaker, I'm like so happy about that. Because Icebreaker was just kind of a letdown. It really, really was. So almost 50% through this. I'm going to go and read the rest of this, hopefully finish it by tonight, and then I will update you again later with my final thoughts on this, and then I will fill you in on the next book that was chosen for me to read. So until later, I'll see ya. Okay, so I finished A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen, and I loved it. 5 stars. I couldn't put it down. I loved the banter between the 2 main characters. I loved the magic. I loved the world. It was an amazing book, and I cannot wait for the second one to come out. And after reading this book by her, the author, I want to read The Bridge Kingdom, which is a previous series of hers that she's written, because of how much I loved this book. And I highly recommend reading this book. But I'm not going to read The Bridge Kingdom. I already went off script twice this month, and that was the second off script choice. And I already have my next read picked out, as I mentioned before. My second friend picked out my next read, and that is The Martyr by Anthony Ryan. I read The Pariah about 2 years ago, I want to say, and I absolutely loved that book. It was a 5-star read for me. And I don't know why I haven't picked this up yet, because I'm fairly sure that I'm gonna love it. But I guess because of the size of it, it's just kind of, it looks intimidating, but it's actually it's only like 525 pages long. So it's really not that bad. But for some reason I still haven't picked it up. And it's a completed trilogy now. I even have the 3rd book. So, you know, I don't really have an excuse to not read it. But this is what I'm going to be reading next. And I hope that it is as good as A Fate Inked in Blood, because I'm on a high right now from that. And I would like to continue. But we'll see. Because this is definitely not going to be a romantasy. This is, as far as I'm aware, from what I remember, just straight up fantasy. There might be like a droplet of romance in it, but it is not like a romantasy at all. So I'm going to start this, and I will update you later to let you know any thoughts I might have. If not, tomorrow, because I don't know how far I'm going to get into this tonight. It's 8 o'clock and I still haven't had dinner because I couldn't put down my other book. So, yeah, I probably should eat before I start this. And if I don't make it 10% through, then I'll probably just update you in the morning. So, I'll see you when I see you. Good morning. It is May 9th, and it is raining out, which makes me even more tired than I usually am. So, you know, that's fun. But I wanted to do a quick update. Hopefully it'll be a quick update. I started The Martyr by Anthony Ryan last night. I got to 9% on my Kindle before I ended up going to bed, like, to go to, like, sleep. Probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, somewhere around there. And I just wanted to, like, show that they have a list of names in the beginning, like a front and back page and then a portion of another one. It's just names and, like, kind of describing who these people are, which I happily skipped over because I knew I wasn't going to remember any of it. And then they also have a What Has Gone Before, which is a missive and only a fragment of somebody's story. And they don't know who wrote the missive or when it was written. But the missive is 3 pages front and back, so like 6 pages long, and it is essentially a summary of book 1 and what happened in book 1. So if you read book 1 and you haven't picked up book 2 and it's been months, there is a summary in the beginning that kind of reminds you of what happened in the book before. So I know that this is not going to be as fast a read as my romantasies because it's a lot more involved. Like, there's so many more characters, there's a lot of politics, there's a lot of movement, very much a, you know, dense fantasy book. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna have it finished like today or maybe into tomorrow. But good news is that tomorrow is one of the states, or just the only state holiday. It's not a federal holiday, it's a state holiday. And so I have tomorrow off. I don't know how much longer it'll be a day off, like a state holiday type thing, until, because I think they're talking about making it a floating holiday again. So it's just a day you could like take at any point during the year. But anyway, I just want to do a quick update. I need to take the dogs out and see how Misha's gonna handle the whole rain wet situation, because she does not like going out in the rain, or even if it's not raining and it's just wet, she does not like going outside. And she's a husky, she needs to go outside. And then after that I need to finish getting ready for work, and I need to go to work. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like my job, but I'm tired. So anyway, I'll probably update you when I get back from work today. So until then. Somehow I got bigger from yesterday to today. It's crazy. So I didn't read anything so far today, and it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm still at 9% of the martyr. I'm still at the beginning of chapter 4. I haven't read a word of it. I'm feeling a little slumpy, and I think I've been reading a lot recently, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of show you what I got for a friend of mine for her birthday, which we're having her birthday party tomorrow, but it's not tomorrow's not her birthday, it's actually Monday, but I'm giving her her present tomorrow, which is Friday, and so she won't actually know about what she's getting until about what she's getting through this video, because this video or vlog won't be going up until like Sunday morning. So yeah, I figured I would kind of show you what I got her for her birthday. I'm kind of excited about it, and I hope she likes it. So I'm gonna open this thing here with my scissors. You know, it's just it looks like a block, and it looks really shiny, and it kind of looks like a raincoat or something. I don't know, but it's not a raincoat, surprisingly enough. It's some kind of a blanket hoodie with like Sherpa on the inside of it or something. So yeah, it's got a little pouch here. It's got a hood, leaves, nice and big. So I got this I picked this off of a housewarming wish list that she gave me. She didn't have a book list, so I got that. And of course, you know, I have to give books, so I got her some books. And yeah, I got her some books, and I couldn't decide which one. I was just gonna get her one, but then I couldn't decide because I loved all 3 of these. They were all 5-star reads for me when I read them. And I know I have a feeling that she's gonna like them too, because she's really into Sarah J. Maas. She really likes those series, romanticities, and so I do think that she will like these based on the fact that she likes the Sarah J. Maas series. So anyway, I couldn't decide which one. So I read this one a while ago. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. It's really good. So I got her the first in this series. And then the next one that I read after that one at some point was Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And I like her Shadow and Bone series. I haven't read her the Six of Crows duology. I haven't read the King of Scars duology. I want to. I own them. But I have read both of the books that she has out so far in this series, and I like them as well. And I think that she'll like this. She might not like it as much as a romantasy, because, you know, it's not really a romantasy. It's not a romantasy. It's like a dark academia situation, like more paranormal maybe than anything. But still, I got her this one. And then, of course, my first 5-star book of the year, this one, was A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. So I also got her this one. Which, this one I think will probably be the one that she likes the most. If I had to put them in order, I would say it would probably look something like that. Where Dawn of Onyx is first, City of Brass, and then Ninth House is how I see her liking them out of the three of these. So there's that. And then, you know, how can you have such a comfortable hoodie and books and not think about tea? So I got her a tea infuser with a little half-wing butterfly that's kind of pink, so it matches her hoodie thing. So yeah, I'm gonna be going to her birthday party tomorrow night, so that's a thing. And it's going to be really loud, and there's probably gonna be a lot of people, and I am mentally preparing myself for that. So yeah, that's it for the moment. I might try to read. I don't know. I still have to cook dinner. I still need to eat dinner, and then I need to clean up after dinner, and I might read. I don't know. We'll see. But I will, of course, keep you updated. Hi. So, it is May 10th, Friday. Don't have work today, so it's like almost 1. Yeah, I went out and I got myself something to eat, and it's kind of bad. And I went to Barnes & Noble's to get a book, but it was only the one book, so I mean, it's not like I went in for one book and I came out with like 3 or 5 or whatever. I went in for the one book and I got the one book. So I got 5 Broken Blades by Mia Corland. On the back it says, "Let the best liar win." And of course it has some really pretty frayed edge. The bottom is just black. And then you get on the inside. It's really pretty. And then, of course, the back is pretty much the same setup there. And then you have the actual hardcover. So, I'm very excited about this. I kind of wanted to, I kind of did try to make a rule recently, outside of books that I've started the series, or I've read the author and I know I'm gonna love it. If I haven't read the series or haven't read the author, my general, or the rule that I've made this year, was that I couldn't get the book until I read it on Libby ebook, and I had to like it. I had to give it like a 3-star or higher. But I kind of broke that rule with this one, but that was because, you know, they only make so many editions like this. Like, when they make editions like this, they only make so many of them. And when somebody goes to get rid of an edition like this, they don't put it in a used bookstore where you're gonna buy it for like, I don't know, anywhere from $5 to $10 less, or even more than that, than the original price. People are gonna sell this and they're gonna mark it up because it's an exclusive edition or a special edition or what have you. So I went ahead and got this, and I used my Barnes & Noble's 10% off, and I also already had $10 worth of stamps, so I went ahead and put it towards it as well. So instead of the crazy price that it is, which is $32.99, I got it for less than 20 bucks. So it's not a bad deal for an exclusive edition. So yeah, that's a little bit of what I've done today. The other thing I wanted to do really quickly is I wanted to update you about where I am in the Martyr. I couldn't sleep last night. Obviously, you know, that does happen a lot. It does happen a lot for me, where I just can't fall asleep because my mind is racing. And so I read on my Kindle, and I got to 50% into the Martyr. And there's not as much, I don't think, going on so far in this one that happened in the Pariah. The Pariah, there was like 3 or 4 kind of like major things that progressed through the story for the main character. Maybe even 5. Thank you, Dean. But in this one right now, we have only had like one, like kind of one thing in my brain, maybe 2, and we're at 50%. So it's not as forward-going. It's not as fast-paced to me. It's a little bit slower of a read. Not to say that it's bad. It's not. It's good. It's just, another thing is that I'm actually kind of really used to romanticies and the speed of those, and a different feel to them. And is definitely different to go from a romantasy frame of mind to just like a high fantasy frame of mind. And it's like out, and the reason, you know, it's not even really, I know it's high fantasy, but how do I explain this? It's not like there's a whole bunch of like creatures in it, like magical creatures or magic system or anything like that. It's just a different world with, I wouldn't say like a lot, there's like barely any magic at all. There might be like a little bit. But a lot of this is kind of based on the religion of this world. And the seraphim, I think is what they call them, the seraphim. And yeah, so it's not like typical fantasy. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm saying it right or if I'm explaining it right. I don't know. But I'm still enjoying it. It's just a different feel than romantasies that I've been reading recently. So yeah. So 50% into that. I want to see if I can finish it today, hopefully before I go to my friend's birthday party, which I need to leave here at like 6:30 for that, I think. So you know, I've got like 5 hours. I should potentially be able to finish 50% of this book in 5 hours if I'm, you know, diligent, focused. Diligent and focused. That's funny. I have ADHD. I ain't focused for shit. So yeah, just wanted to kind of update you and show you the book that I got, and I will update you again later. Hello. So after 10, I just got back from my friend's birthday dinner at Anakaya's. It was really good. I had fun. A lot of people though, a lot of noise. Really, Misha? Right now? Okay. We might be okay now. Maybe. So she's going downtown with a few friends. I was invited, but I am very, my social battery's, I think, dead right now, and I know that wherever we go, it's probably going to be a lot of people there because it's Friday night, and it's going to be really loud, and there's probably going to be flashing lights, and I know I won't do well with any of that. I would probably just sit somewhere and just look kind of depressed. And it might bring down everybody else. And I know I'm not going to drink, because I don't tend to, like, barely ever. So, yeah, I decided against it. Hope she has fun, though, and the people that she's with, I hope they have fun. But, yeah, no. So, before, I left, you know, I'd updated you. It was like 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally gonna read The Martyr, and I'm gonna try to finish it before I have to get ready to go to the birthday party dinner thing. I did not read a single page of it. Not a single page. So that's where we're at. I'm still at 50%. And so tomorrow I will update you when I finish the book, and I guess that'll be it for this week's reading vlog, because tomorrow's Saturday. So I will see you tomorrow. So is May 11th. I think it's May 11th. It was not, oh well, it's Saturday. It is very late Saturday. And I just finished The Martyr by Anthony Ryan. And what? The ending? What? It's like, the magic in this world is like so subtle. And it's just, one minute it's just sword fighting and politics, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh hey, look, there's this magic thing going on here. Which if you read it, you'll understand. But the ending, oh my god, the ending is like, the last 50%, I think, the last probably 20% more like, was just amazing. The beginning was a little slow, but the ending, just fantastic. It is 5 stars for me, just like the first one. 5 stars. And I can't wait to read the 3rd book, and I think it's the final book, and it's called The Traitor, and I can't wait to read it. I'm not going to read it at the moment. I have other things to read, but when I get to it, I can't wait for it. So, as today is Saturday and it's really late, this is probably going to be the last update for this weekly vlog. I will be starting a new one hopefully tomorrow, and we'll see what books I end up reading next week. With that being said, like and subscribe if you want to, and I hope to see everybody soon. Bye.